Hey everybody, and welcome back to Team Mattymon. It is the summer and it's getting a little bit warm out, so we'll be doing some summer themed projects for the next couple of months. This time around, we're going to be learning to make this really awesome Summer of Love shawl. It is a really fun project, not the easiest thing in the world, but the pattern is easy once you get used to the one or two stitches that are a little bit difficult in this project. It's also really great, as you can see, because it's very holey. It's really great for kind of ventilation and everything, and it just looks really pretty. Here are the things that you will need to finish this project. Number 2, you will need a medium weight yarn. This yarn is really pretty. This is the Red Heart Ombre, and this is in anthracite. I love this. There's another one in blue as well, and that one's really pretty, but I'm going to be using this yarn for probably the majority of my other projects in the summer. Number 1, you will need a 6mm crochet hook. I found that for me, because of the fact that my stitches are really tight, 6.5 was a little bit better for myself, so I will be using a 6.5 in this tutorial, but feel free to figure out like if 6 is better for you or 5.5. Number 3, you'll need a darning needle to just weave in your ends, and number 4, you'll need a pair of scissors just to cut. And that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's jump into this project and let's finish it together. Hey everyone, and welcome to the tutorial portion of this video. Just a heads up, there's going to be some type of like traffic noise and maybe even some construction noise. I just have the window open because it's really warm in here. But let's start. So for this project, you essentially need to learn two things. The first thing is the foundation single crochet, and the second one is the double love knot. Now, that might sound easy because there's really only two things you need to do, but those two stitches are actually quite hard to do. So because there aren't that many steps, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of kind of repetition in hopes that you guys will have a better understanding if I do it multiple times of how to do a foundation single crochet and a double love knot. So first things first, we're going to start off with doing the 200 foundation single crochets at the very beginning. So right off the bat, what you need to do, there you go, is do a slip knot and put it onto your hook. Essentially, what a foundation single crochet is the initial quote-unquote 200 chains that you're going to do, and then the single crochet. So essentially what you're doing is in one kind of motion, you're doing the chain and the single crochet. So you're doing kind of like essentially 2 rows in one, and that's what a foundation single crochet does. And this is something that you can do like in the future if you see any projects that ask you to do like chain and then single crochets after, you can do this instead. So what we're going to start off by doing is we're going to chain 2 at the very beginning, and these are going to be the only 2 chains you're going to do. The rest of it is going to be foundation single crochets. So chain 1 and chain 2. There we go. Now with the foundation single crochet, you start off by putting the hook in the second chain from your hook. So 1, 2, your first chain here, you grab your yarn and pull through, and you have 2 loops on your yarn, or on your hook, sorry. After that, you're going to yarn over, pull through just 1, which is your chain, and then yarn over, pull through 2, which you would normally do for a single crochet. And that is your foundation single crochet. So let's do it again, but this time when you look, what you need to do is, you see here, you have 1, 2, you're supposed to go back to the second one here, and make sure that when you're putting your hook through, you're hooking through both. As you can see here, there are 2 here, both of the loops, not just one. So you go back to here, pull your yarn through that, so you have 2 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is 2 foundation. Let's do it again. So back 1, 2 to here, remember both of the loops there, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. That is 3. One last time. So hook through, back 2, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And hopefully as you continue to do this, it'll be a little bit easier every single time. And because you're gonna have to do 200 of these, so hopefully by kind of like just practicing a lot, by these 200s, you're going to be able to do a lot of them. And like I said, it just saves you so much time because instead of doing chain 200 and then single crochet 200, you're doing both at the same time. So essentially, after doing a couple of them, that's kind of what you have. So you have kind of like this here and this here. And like I said, you're essentially doing your chains and your single crochets like that. So that's what you have here. And I believe that that was like about 7. You still need to do a lot more. So continue on with your project and I will meet you guys back when we finish this. So I have before me, this is 100. It's quite long. Like maybe it looks like a little bit over 2 feet right now. Now I am using a 6.5, just because my hands really love 6.5. But yeah, this is 100. So just imagine this twice as long. So I'll meet up with you guys again once I'm done my next 100, and then we can move on to the next step. Yeah! And here, everyone, is 200 foundation single crochets. It took a while. I mean, maybe like half an hour, but I did it in kind of like trips of 20. So there was like 10 kind of like times where I kind of paused. But yeah, there you go. That's 200. Now that that's done, we get to actually go on to row 1. So let's move on to row 1. So at the beginning of row 1, they want you to do a double love knot. Now, at the very beginning here, they tell you to do the wrong side. I don't really like the wording, but essentially what they're trying to do is tell you, normally, you finish your first row, and then you would start on this end, right? But no, you don't start on this end, you start on this end. And how you can tell is if you flip to this side here, that looks like a chain, like the chain 200 that you would do for this. You see that? And if you flip on this side, those look like single crochets. And that's the side that you're working on. Number 1, for a double love knot, you are going to pull this loop a little bit more loose. They ask about 2 centimeters, like, you know, about an inch. So I'm going to do that much. What you're going to do after is you're going to pull the yarn through like this, and then you need to put the needle through the back loop right there. Now how you can tell is this. If you go back a little bit and we just go back to the loosened loop here, right? That is your loosened loop. And you are going to grab the yarn and pull through. So right now, this here is the pull through yarn, and this one here is the loose loop that you just did. As you can see, you have this piece that connects to the rest of your ball, and this piece here on the bottom that's connected to your work. You want to put your needle there, like that. Once you've done that, you're going to pull through your yarn. You're going to have 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Now this is a double love knot, meaning you have to do it again. So you're going to loosen up your loop, all right? Grab the yarn, and remember, you're going to go and put your needle here. Pull through, yarn over, and then pull through both loops. And that is a double love knot here. It looks a little bit messy, but you know what, it's going to look better soon. But let's continue on because there's a lot more double love knots that are going to come up. So that's our first double love knot. We are then going to skip the first 3 stitches of your work. So let's back here. So this here is 1, 2, 3. Once you've done that, 1, 2, 3, you're going to single crochet into the next stitch. So that's what you have right here, like a little kind of like loose, kind of like kind of chain thing here. It looks really nice. After you've done that, you are going to double love knot again. So remember, you're going to loosen your loop about like, you know, about an inch. You're going to pull the yarn through, and what I'm doing actually is while I'm pulling the yarn through, I'm actually holding the bottom of this piece of yarn like here, like that, so then I know where to pull through. So loop, pull through the yarn, and then my finger's already holding on to the piece that I need to get my hook under. Grab the yarn, pull through, so you have 2. Grab the yarn again, and then pull through both. And that's just 1, remember? Loose again. Pull through the loose loop, under, grab the yarn, you have 2 on your hook, and then pull through. What you're going to do after is you're going to count 3, skip those, and then single crochet right here, like that. So right now we have 2 double love knots. Let's do another one together. So loosen up your loop, grab the yarn, pull through, and then under like this, pull through your yarn, so you have 2, loop over, pull through both, loose again, grab your yarn, under here, you'll have 2, yarn over, pull through 2. After that, you're going to go back 1, 2, 3, skip those 3, and you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. One more together. So loosen your loop, grab the yarn, pull through, and then get your hook underneath there, grab the yarn and pull through, so you still have 2 on your hook, yarn over, grab through both. Loosen, grab the yarn, through the loop, under, grab the yarn and through, so you have 2, yarn over, both. After that, remember, go back to your project 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next stitch. So that's what you have right now. A bunch of these kind of like loose, really nice kind of like loose knotted spaces. So we've done 4 here, and you keep on going until you get to the very end. You should have a total of 50 of these double love knots when you're done, and you should be able to go from the very beginning here to the very end of your project here. So I'm gonna finish off this here, and I'll meet you at the end, and then we'll start on row 2. Welcome back, everybody. These are my 50 double love knots. As you can see, they're just kind of like nice little kind of like spacious little loops that you get. And essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to continue on just adding more and adding more and adding more. And it's going to look really pretty. So we are now on row 2, and you're going to be going on the right side. Essentially what you're going to be doing, you're going to be just keep on working on this side now. So row 2. So for row 2, right at the very beginning, you are going to do a love knot. So what you've been doing have been double love knots. So essentially you're only going to be doing 1 love knot. So loosen a little bit, pull yarn through, under, grab the yarn over, pull. And that is your love knot. After that, you are going to count 1, 2, second chain on your double love knot. And that is that. Once you've done that, you will double love knot. So that's 1. That is 2. And then you go to the next double love knot, and you go count 2 single crochets, and you single crochet into that space, like that. So again, double love knot, into second, 1, 2, single crochet of the next love knot, and single crochet. So essentially what you're doing is you're kind of like offsetting. You see these 2 here, and this is kind of like a little bit offset like that. I'm going to do a couple of more so that you can actually see what's going on. So yeah, you can see a little bit better now. So as you can see here, we have the first row and then the second row, which is kind of like it kind of just goes in the middle. It's not perfectly in the middle, but that's the whole point. It's supposed to kind of offset a little bit to make it look like it's more layered. So continue on with that, and you're supposed to end up with 49 double love knots as you're going through. Essentially, you get to the end, and you're supposed to leave the last one unworked. So I'm going to finish this here. I'm going to get to the end of this row, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So give me a couple seconds. I'm going to finish it up, and then I'll show you. Welcome back. I am finished my row. A couple of things to be cautious about. I don't want to say that the wording is bad, but it's confusing with this project. If you read the wording, it tells you, hey, keep on doing these double love knots until you get to the very last one, and then don't work in that last one. So sometimes if you were to read that, you'd be like, oh, I get to this last one, I just kind of skip that, right? I don't do anything with it. Well, this is where that's confusing because you're supposed to get one more double love knot here. You're supposed to get to the last one and actually make a love knot into this here. Because if you count your row, this here is your second last one. This is 48. So you're supposed to do one more. So be careful here that you don't make that mistake, because I made it when I first started doing this project. And what happened was, or what happens is if you forget to do this part here and you actually do that, and you forget to do this part here, you're actually skipping 2 double love knots on each side. So you'll start with 50, and then you'll have 48, and then 46, and then stuff like that. And it'll start shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So be careful about that. Once you get to the end, you are supposed to have a double love knot that connects to the bottom one here, but you're not supposed to have one more. You don't add the 50th one. This is your 49th, and then once you've done this, you turn over and you start your next round. As a kind of reminder, remember the next round, you're supposed to do just a single love knot, and then single crochet here, and then you continue on with double love knots, and you go right to the end, and remember, you only have 48 this time. So just, do yourself a favor and make sure you count very carefully, and you don't, end up wasting a lot of the time that you're kind of, working on this project. What I'm going to do is I am actually going to continue on making this until I get to 40 double love knots. Once I'm done that, I will come back here and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So until then, I'm just going to speed this up and we'll come back when I have 40. Hello, hello, welcome back. This is 10 rows. So as you can see here, the kind of like slant here is quite gradual, and that's what you want. So if you're working on this and you're accidentally skipping the last double love knot here, you'll actually notice that it'll slant kind of like this way. So your curve, like your slant, will be a lot more steep. You want it this way to be a little bit more kind of like this. And this is exactly what they want you to do, and which is why I wanted to explain to you guys like that ending of that row where they tell you to not work in the last double love knot. Like you're still supposed to connect to the love knot here, right? So then that way you connect to the end, but you don't go to like here and add more, okay? But that's what it looks like. This is 10. I am going to continue to keep working on this, and I will show you guys what 25 will look like. So the halfway mark. And then after that, I'll meet you guys for the very end of this thing where they tell you how to finish like the last part. And then we're going to work on the edging. So I'll see you guys back at 25. Hello and welcome back. You're going to have to pardon the kind of shaky camera work. The piece of project here is so large that I actually can't get a good angle with my stand, my tripod. So anyway, this is 25. This is 25. So if you look at my hand, it's quite large already, and you're just going to make it, twice as long. Well, this is 25. Like I said, I really like this yarn. I really hope you guys like it as well and you go and purchase it. But this is 25, and I promised that I would show you 25. So here you go. This is halfway. I will meet you guys back when I'm done the rest of it. Alright everybody, I just finished row 49, so you just have 2 more double love knots here. We are now at row 50, so what you're going to do is you're going to turn, and I'm going to have to turn my entire project over first. So you're going to turn, you are going to love knot, so love knot, and then you're going to single crochet in this one right here, and then you are going to double love knot, alright, come on yarn, And you are going to single crochet. So that leaves you with one double love knot here. Okay, once you've done this, you do not turn. So in the single double love knot, this is the end. So 3, 2, and 1, and you're done. 50 rows. We are now going to move on to your edging, and the edging has 3 rounds, and it's a little bit weird, but essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to start on this side and you're going to stay with this. We're not going to take off the, we're not going to clip off the yarn. We're not going to fasten it off or anything. So we're going to continue on and we're going to move on kind of down this way. So I'm going to reset everything and then let's come back and let's start on the edging. And welcome to the final part of this project where we finish the edging of this project. There are 3 rounds, but each round has a couple of steps. 3 in total. Essentially, you have one step that gets you from this end to all the way to the end of the foundation row, across the foundation row, and then up this side again to the top. So let's start off with round 1. Round 1, you're supposed to chain 1. And then what they want you to do is do a fan, and in this project a fan is 8 treble crochets, and we're going to be doing them in these little things here. So this is your single love knot. We're going to be putting them there. So the first things first, they want you to put a fan here. So remember just to yarn over twice for your treble crochet, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now if you guys don't know how to treble crochet, there's going to be a link that pops up right now that takes you to my crochet basics video where I show you how to do double and treble crochets. So go do that right now and make sure you know how to do this, because you're going to be doing a lot of them and you don't want to be fumbling with this step right now. So right now that's already 4. We need to do 4 more. That's 6. And that is 8. So that is your fan. Once you're done that, you are going to single crochet in the next row, and the next row is this step right here. So this is where your single love knot is. You are going to single crochet right here. Now I've tried the other way where you single crochet in the love knot. I didn't actually like how it looked like, so that's why I'm doing it kind of in between. So I'm single crochet in between, and then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put another fan in this love knot. So as you guys remember, it is 8 treble crochets, and that is 8. Single crochet in the next row, and then you are to fan again in the single love knot. So essentially that's what you're creating. You're creating these nice little fans that go across, and you're supposed to go all the way down until you get to the foundation, which is all the way at the bottom here, this part here. So I'm going to finish off this side and I'm going to continue on, and once we get to here I will reconvene with you and then we'll start working on what you're supposed to do here. Alright? And welcome back everybody. I'm just finishing off my last fan on this side before we tackle the foundation single crochet row. So that is 8 right there, and once you're done, you're supposed to single crochet into this row right here, and that's it. So if you see, that's kind of like what we've been doing here, creating these nice fans. Now, once you get to the foundation here, what they want you to do is they want you to skip this row, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing a single crochet all the way down. So essentially, if you remember from before, we had to do what, 200 of these? So we're going to be doing 200 single crochets. So let's take a quick look. Your foundation row on the bottom, essentially these should be, you should see some like kind of like chains of some sort, like that. There you go, right here. We're going to be working with those, and this is the first one right here. So single crochet right there, and then after that you just single crochet across the entire thing. Easy enough, right? So let's quickly finish this off, and then we will continue on to the other side, and then I will meet you at the very end where we kind of finish this row off, and then we can move on to the second row. Alrighty, I am getting to the tail end of all my single crochets around my foundation stitch. Don't worry too much about that little tail you have from the very beginning. You can always weave that in at the kind of end of everything. But essentially what you're going to be doing is, as you can see here, we're going to go back and do exactly the same pattern. We start off with a fan here first though, because that's where your love knot is, and then single stitch. So once you're done all of that, then you're supposed to start on your awesome and amazing 8 treble crochets into the first love knot space, and then kind of work your way all the way up to the end again. And once you get to the top, there's a little bit of kind of an additional little bonus. So right now what's happening is you have 25 fans on one end and 25 on the other. That makes 50. So that's how many rows you have. But there is that little top bit, if you remember, where you only have, like, you know, one double love knot. And what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be adding a fan there as well. I'm on 5. And when we're done that, you will actually total 51 fans, not just 50. So just be careful about that when you're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And pardon how badly I am doing my math right now. I can't really count anything above 3. So these projects are always really, really tough. But yeah, so essentially, you just finish your single crochets, and here is your new fan. You will be working 25 of them on this side, and then once you're done this, I will meet you guys at the very top, and we'll finish the top together, and this will be the end of row 1. So we have reached back to the very beginning again. I have 25 fans on each side. I am going to be working on this last double love knot here. The last part of this row, you're going to single crochet in the first single crochet stitch here, and then you're going to fan in this little space here. So my spaces are really, really kind of like tight. Hopefully you guys have a better experience dealing with this than I will, but this is going to be really interesting. So we'll see if I can actually fit 8 treble crochets in here. Like, this might not actually work out, but we'll see. And finally, 8. So, actually fit. That's amazing. Once you're done that, you are going to slip stitch in the last single crochet. So, when you were starting here, if you look, this is kind of where you were chaining before, right here. You have one more single crochet here, and then, as you can see, your fans kind of connect. I am actually going to connect it right here, so that if you look, it looks like the fans are kind of connecting together. So that is row 1, and you should have, essentially this is the kind of the bottom part, as you can see here, the fans here, you should have 51 fans, and they counted 250 single crochets. You don't really have to count that. Like, if you've done the beginning part of this entire project correctly, everything will be correct. But essentially, that is row 1 or round 1 done. We are now going to round 2. And welcome to round 2. We are going to first start off with a chain 1. So chain 1. Once you've done that, you are going to single crochet in the first treble crochet. So this is a treble crochet right here. You're going to single there. Once you've done that, you are going to double crochet in the next one. So loop over once and double crochet. After that, you are going to chain 1 and then double crochet 6 times. That's once, twice, 3 times, oops, 4 times, 5 times, and 6. Once you're done that, you are going to single crochet into the first treble crochet of the next fan, and then you are going to, as you kind of remember, double crochet in the next treble crochet. After that, you're going to chain 1 and double crochet for the next 6. So chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, oops, whoa, and chain 1, double crochet. So if I kind of just leave it out here, as you can see here, that is your first fan, and now you're kind of like expanding it like that there. So that's what you're doing. Let's do one more together, just so that we kind of get the patterning kind of in our heads. So let's do one more. So just remember, right off the bat, you are going to single crochet in the first treble crochet. Then you are going to double crochet in the next treble crochet. Once you've done that, you're going to chain 1 and double crochet for the rest of it. Or if you're going to be precise, you're going to do this 6 times in total. And there you have it. That is round 2. You're going to do this until you get to the front part where your foundation stitches are, and then I will meet you there and we'll continue on with this round. Hey everyone, welcome back, and I'm just finishing off the kind of right hand side of these fans right now. I'm getting to the foundation crochets, and we're gonna work on those now. So let's see. Yep, I have one more, and I believe that is the expansion that I need. Awesome. So you guys just finished all of these, and you've gotten now to the top of kind of like your edging here. So what you're going to be doing is you are now going to be chaining 1, and just be careful here. You have to look very carefully. Your first was here, so your first single crochet, if you look, this one right here, so this was your chain 1 from before, first single, and then you're going to use this one here. So remember, skip 1 to the next one, and you're going to half double crochet, so half double crochet, yarn over, grab, and then pull through all 3 like that. Okay? After that, you are going to chain 1, and you are going to skip 1, and then half double crochet in this one like that. So chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet, one more time, chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet. So essentially that's what you're doing right here. You're kind of like adding a little bit more space and some of the stuff, and you're going to go through the entire foundation until you get to the other end, and then you're going to go through your single crochet, double crochet, and then chain 1, double crochet, and you're going to do the fan. But what we're going to be doing is I'm going to get to the end of this, and then I will go to the other side of the other fans, and then we'll work on that together as well. So until then, let's figure out the rest of this, and let's finish this off, and then we can work on the other side together. And welcome back. I'm finished all my chain 1 half double crochets across the foundation. We are going to continue on with this side here. Now this first one is a little bit different, so be careful about this. We are going to first of all skip here, and you are going to double crochet into the first treble crochet space. Now if you remember before, we had to do a single crochet then double crochet, so you would technically have 7 here, and that's what the pattern says. You need to chain 1 and double crochet 7 times for this one here. Okay, so be careful about that when you're going through. You are not going to single crochet, double crochet, and then chain 1, double crochet 6 times. You're going to double crochet once, and then chain 1, double crochet 7 times for this one here. So a little bit of a small change in your pattern, but make sure you do catch that. So I'm just going to finish up this first one here, chain 1, double crochet, and last one, chain 1 and double crochet. So that is the kind of bottom fan here. Once you're done this, they want you to single crochet here in this single crochet space. So this is also one of the kind of added things you're supposed to do there. And once you're done that, you will single crochet here, double crochet here, and then chain 1, double crochet 6 times. So you're back to the original pattern again, where you're kind of going through this whole thing with chain 1s, double crochet 6 times. So just be careful, like I said, for that very first one that we just did together, really do read very carefully kind of what they ask in terms of how it's supposed to change. But you're pretty much good from now on until the last fan. So I'll show you. This is the one that they asked you to kind of do like the 7 chain 1s and double crochet. We added that extra single crochet here, then the single crochet, double crochet, and then 6 chain double crochets here. And then after that, you just kind of repeat, keep on going. I will meet you guys back at the very end of this row, and then we'll finish off this round, and then that will be round 2. And welcome back. Finally, we are on the last fan, and the project just tells you it's exactly the same thing. You are going to single crochet here, double crochet here, and then chain double crochet across 6 times. So the instructions are the same. The only thing is just like the difference at the very ending of this here. So let's quickly finish this. Chain, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain, last double crochet. And then here at the very end, once you've done that, you are going to slip stitch. Alright, so if you can see here, we ended last time here, and we are going to slip stitch right there. And that's it. That is your round 2. We are now going to quickly finish off the rest of this, and then you will have a finished product. And welcome back to the last round, everyone, of the edging. We're going to start off by chaining 1. And then after that, you're going to single crochet in the next double crochet. So if you look here, this is your double crochet. This is all your connective stuff. We're going to skip that. We're going to go right to here. We're going to single crochet right here. Alright? And then once you're done that, you are going to 2 single crochets in the next chain spaces. So this here is that double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Here, you're going to put 2 single crochets. There. 2 in the next one. 2 in the next one, 2 in the next one, 2 in the next one, oops, and 2 in this one. So you've done that 6 times. So you have 6 single crochets in the 6 spaces that are here. This here is your double crochet. You're going to skip that, and you're going to single crochet in the next single crochet. So here, single crochet. After that, you're going to slip stitch in the next one here. And then once you're done that, you are going to 2 single crochets in these spaces again 6 times. So that's once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and the 6th time. Let's do that one more time. So you are going to single crochet here by skipping this double crochet, slip stitch in the next single crochet, and then 2 single crochets in the next 6 spaces. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, and that's 6. So essentially what you're doing is you're kind of finishing off the edges, kind of like that, so they don't look as kind of rugged. It's not kind of nice clean line here. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue on this end here until we get to the foundation row again, and then I will meet you there. So until then, let's continue this on and let's finish this. Alrighty, so we're at the foundation part. Essentially this is pretty simple as well. You're going to put 2 single crochets in every single space across. And that's pretty simple. You're just, like I said, just finishing it off so then that way it looks nice. I mean, not that this doesn't already look nice. I kind of actually like that, but you know what? Let's follow the pattern and just make sure that we get the product that we want. And then remember, once you move back toward the other end where you go back to your fans again, you're gonna go back and do exactly the same thing where you add those 2 single crochets in the spaces, and yeah, and then hopefully once we get to the top, we'll finish it off together and we can fasten it off, and this project will be finished. And we're at the very last one. So let's finish this together, and then we can finally kind of sew in all the sides. So single crochet, slip stitch, 2 single crochet in the next 6 spaces, and that is 6 right there. Once you're done that, you are going to skip the next double crochet, and what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in the last skip last double crochet, single crochet here. So you see here, that is your double crochet, that one, and then you're going to single crochet right here, and then slip stitch in the next one, like that. And that is everything. Once you're done that, you are going to fasten off, and then weave in the ends, and then you're done. So I'm going to weave in the ends, but this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and hope it helped. So I hope the tutorial was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this project. It's so pretty, and I can't wait to give this to one of my friends. If you guys have any comments or any suggestions on what type of projects I should do in the future to help you guys out, please do let me know. If there are any things that I can do to improve my videos, also let me know. But until next time, I'll see you next on my next Crochet Impossible video where we tackle something else. Thank you guys so much. See you guys later. Bye.